Hey guys, Chris here from Monument Sound. Just a quick update with the Forte software for mix prep. They've done it. They added routing tracks. So now you can have your session, your template, bring all your tracks in. If you've got routing folders, I rely on routing folders a lot. It moves it straight in. A lot of people asked for this. They went out and above and beyond and figured it out and made it work. And so now check it out. If you don't know about Forte, check my previous video. I've got a lot of details on what this software is. I've got it set up currently right now with my session. I've got my template. I've got a bunch of routing folders that I put stuff into. I'm going to go over this template in the next video, I think, but check this out. So far, I imported all the tracks. I've got them routed to where they're supposed to go: drums, rooms, toms. I made individual categories for what I want, how I want the order to go into. I've got all of that stuff organized currently right now. We've got acoustic guitars, we've got electric guitars, we've got a couple guitar solos. This is the important part. You check this button, and also your routing matches the routing folder. So if you have something called drums, but you've got it drum as your bus, you need to make sure it matches properly. Like when you set up a routing folder, it will do it. So watch this. Here's the magic. We're going to go in here. We're adding in all the tracks. It comes in, does its little math here, brings in the drums first into the drum bus folder. Actually, I'm sorry, there's the reference mix. I forgot I had the reference mix in there too. So there's all of our kicks. There's all of our snares. There's the toms. There's all of our hats, all going in the routing folder. So it's going to color code it, set the output, move it to the routing folder, get it ready to go. And then it's going to go through and strip silence this thing, which is even cooler. Saves you a lot of time for prep. It gives you enough gap by the default that you don't have to, you can still trim and push and pull. And it's not rendering these tracks, guys, so you'll still be able to go back if you've got breaths or something you want to bring back in. You can still, re-correct that and drag it back over. So all the tracks are now in. It's going through, making sure everything's properly outputted. There's my reference mix, output going to my reference mix. Here comes all the busing for the drum outputs to my drum bus. There's my bass bus. There's the vocals. And this is an older song. I just brought in tracks to show how it works. We've got some acoustic guitars. There's the guitar solos, or there's the electric guitars actually. Here's the solos. And now it's got all those in. It's going to go strip silence everything and then we're good to mix. And I can go add my plugins or whatever I want to do using a different application and go from there. So it's strip silencing all the drum tracks currently. And we're going to go in and see that it's going to do all of this. And again, it's set to default. So 318 milliseconds gives you a little bit of front and back. So you can push and pull if you need to. And we've got all the electric guitars are going. There's the solos. It brings it all in. So now it's going to give you the prompt saying it's done. Sets it back all in. There it goes. Keep working. I can close this out. And now you can see I've got my session where there's my triggers, there's my snares, there's my toms, here's all my drum tracks. Obviously labeling matters because it's doing it alphabetical, so snare T versus snare C, so you can kind of tweak those around. But then I got my toms, my hat, my overheads, my rooms, a couple other things at the end, shaker tambourine. Inside of my bass track, I've got my bass, there's my lead vocal, and it's all routed. You can see the routing's going all to my busing, my acoustic guitars, my electric guitars, my solo guitars, and now I just start mixing. There's all my effects. Everything's good to go. It's all tight in here. I've even got my reference over here on the reference folder, so I can play the song. I've got a button over on my Grace 908 that I can hit to hear a reference versus stereo or versus my mix. So I don't have to let this interfere with the mix if I want. I can change that output and make it on the session itself, but it's just as easy to hit a button and A/B compare. So forte-ai.com, a great mix prep tool. You can get in here and get started now. Again, check out my videos from before. I talked about it in depth on how they're developing it and what it does. And thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.